Okay, so this video is a little different from what I usually post, and I want to explain exactly how it came together before we get into it, because I think the story behind it matters. I was at my local Dollar Tree a few days ago, chatting with one of the managers who I have gotten to know over the past year or so from filming there so often. We got to talking about how a lot of seniors shop there regularly, and she mentioned something that genuinely surprised me, that there are certain items in the store that staff quietly wish more seniors knew to think twice about before buying. Not because the items are bad exactly, but because of specific reasons related to needs that come up more often as you get older. Before I left, she actually wrote out a quick list for me on the back of a receipt, 12 items total, and told me I could share it if I wanted to, as long as I explained the reasoning fairly and did not make it sound like the store was trying to trick anyone. So that is exactly what I am doing today, going through this list item by item, explaining the reasoning behind each one the way she explained it to me. Before we get into it, if you are new here, welcome. I am so glad you are here. I make videos about budget shopping, dollar store deals, and honestly a lot of behind-the-scenes retail insight, because I think understanding the why behind these things makes you a smarter shopper overall. If that sounds like your kind of content, go ahead and subscribe because I have a lot more of this insider-style content planned. All right, let's get into the list, and I want to be clear up front. None of this is about the store doing anything wrong or dishonest. It is genuinely about specific product categories where age-related needs, like vision changes, grip strength, or medication safety mean a little extra caution or a slightly different product choice can make a real difference. The first item on the list was reading glasses with a single fixed magnification strength. This one came up in my previous video too, but she emphasized it again specifically for seniors because vision changes so much as you age, and a generic fixed-strength pair might not match what someone actually needs in each eye, since it is common for one eye to need a different correction than the other as you get older. Her advice was that seniors specifically should prioritize an actual eye exam and properly fitted glasses rather than relying on a one-size-fits-all strength from a rack. The second item was any kind of over-the-counter pain relief cream marketed for joint or arthritis pain. She explained that while these products are not unsafe exactly, seniors managing chronic joint pain often benefit more from products recommended specifically by their doctor or pharmacist, because there can be interactions with other medications they may already be taking. She wanted seniors specifically to check with a pharmacist before relying on a random topical cream for ongoing pain management, rather than just grabbing whatever is on the shelf. Third on the list was bath mats without a strong non-slip grip. She mentioned that they do carry bath mats and some have decent traction, but she specifically flagged this because falls in the bathroom are one of the most common injury risks for seniors, and not every mat on the shelf has the same grip strength. Her recommendation was to physically test the grip in store, pressing down and trying to slide it slightly on the floor before assuming any bath mat is safe enough for someone with balance concerns. Fourth was any kind of multivitamin or supplement without checking with a doctor first, specifically ones marketed as general senior formulas. She was careful to say the vitamins themselves are not the concern, but that seniors are often already taking multiple prescription medications, and certain vitamins or supplements can interact with those medications in ways that are not always obvious. Her advice was to always run any new supplement by a doctor or pharmacist first, regardless of where it was purchased, but she specifically wanted to flag this because it is such an easy, low-cost impulse buy that people do not always think to check on first. Fifth was extension cords, which came up on my previous list too, but she reiterated it specifically for seniors because of trip hazard concerns, in addition to the electrical safety issues we already discussed. A cord that is not properly rated or that gets brittle over time can become a hazard in more ways than one, especially if mobility or balance is already a concern. Sixth was step stools or small folding stools, specifically the more lightweight, less sturdy versions. She explained that seniors sometimes use small stools to reach higher shelves or cabinets, and a lightweight, less stable stool can be a real fall risk if it is not rated for consistent, stable use. Her recommendation was to look specifically for weight capacity labeling and a wider, stable base rather than grabbing the first lightweight option available. Seventh was reading magnifying glasses, similar to the reading glasses point, but specifically for handheld magnifiers used for reading mail, medication labels, or fine print. She said the lens quality on some of these can be inconsistent, and for something used specifically to read medication instructions safely, she wanted seniors to prioritize a magnifier from a source where lens quality could be more reliably verified. Eighth was any kind of pill organizer with very small, hard-to-open compartments. This one surprised me a little, but she explained that some pill organizers are designed with tiny latches or compartments that can be genuinely difficult for someone with arthritis or reduced hand strength to open easily. Her advice was to physically test the compartments in store, pressing and opening them the way you actually would at home, before assuming a specific organizer will be easy enough to use daily. Ninth was doormats or rugs without a non-slip backing. Similar to the bath mat concern, she flagged that some decorative rugs and mats do not have a proper grip backing, which can become a trip hazard, especially on hard flooring like tile or hardwood. Her recommendation was to check the backing material specifically before buying any rug intended for high-traffic areas in a senior's home. 10th was reading and writing pens with very thin grips. This one is more of a comfort and usability point than a safety concern. But she mentioned that seniors with arthritis or reduced grip strength often struggle with thin, hard plastic pens, and there are actually some pens in the store with slightly thicker, softer grips that work much better for that specific need. So her advice was not to avoid pens entirely, but to actually compare grip styles before grabbing the first one you see. 11th was any kind of battery-operated medical-adjacent device, like small handheld massagers or heating pad alternatives. She was cautious about these specifically because electrical devices marketed toward pain relief or medical-adjacent use benefit from more rigorous testing and consistency than what she felt confident guaranteeing from constantly rotating inventory, especially for something that would be used directly on the body for an extended period. And 12th, the last item on her list, was reading and vision-related sunglasses, specifically ones without verified UV protection labeling. She explained that as you age, your eyes can become more sensitive to UV exposure and cataract risk increases. So having genuinely effective UV protection matters more, not less, as you get older. Her advice was to specifically look for clear UV protection labeling on any sunglasses, rather than assuming a dark tint automatically means adequate protection. Now, I want to circle back to something important, because I do not want anyone walking away from this video thinking Dollar Tree is trying to take advantage of seniors, because that is genuinely not what this list is about. Every single item on this list is something the store still sells, and for many people in many situations, these products work completely fine. This list is specifically about categories where age-related factors, vision changes, joint issues, medication interactions, balance concerns mean it might be worth a little extra thought or a slightly different product choice, not about avoiding the store or the category entirely. I also asked her directly if there was anything on the flip side, categories she felt were genuinely great choices for seniors specifically, and she had a really thoughtful list for that too. She mentioned that grab bars and bathroom safety accessories, when available, tend to be genuinely solid, sturdy options at a fraction of specialty store pricing. She also mentioned that large print items, when available seasonally, like calendars or puzzle books, are a fantastic value for seniors specifically, and she was a big advocate for the seasonal greeting card selection, saying it is one of the best values in the entire store for staying connected with family and friends without the markup you see at specialty card shops. I think what struck me most about this whole conversation was how much genuine care went into her explanation. She was not trying to steer people away from the store. She was trying to help people, especially older shoppers, make more informed choices within categories where a little extra awareness genuinely matters. I think that kind of insider perspective is exactly what makes these videos valuable, because it is not something you would necessarily think to research on your own, but once you hear it explained, it makes a lot of sense. I also want to mention, if you are shopping for an older parent or grandparent, or if you are a senior shopping for yourself, I do not think any of this means you need to avoid these categories entirely. It just means taking that extra minute to actually test the grip on a mat, check the labeling on sunglasses, or open the compartments on a pill organizer before assuming it will work well for your specific needs. That small extra step can genuinely make a difference in comfort and safety without requiring you to spend significantly more money elsewhere. I want to thank that manager again for being so open and thoughtful about sharing this with me, because I know retail employees do not always get the chance to share this kind of insider knowledge, and I think it genuinely adds value for anyone watching who shops there regularly, whether for themselves or for a loved one. If you found this video helpful, let me know in the comments. And if you have a parent or grandparent who shops at dollar stores regularly, feel free to share this with them, because I think this information could genuinely help someone make a slightly more informed choice on their next trip. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It genuinely helps this channel grow. And let me know if you want more insider, behind-the-scenes style content like this mixed in with my regular hauls. And if you are not subscribed yet, now is a great time, because I have more of these insider lists planned, and I think you are going to find them just as interesting as this one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.